way I look forward to shooting content for this channel these days. It's amazing. I'm always ready and excited for shoot day. Anyway, why does everyone or many people think that when you talk about trends, then you're only talking about fashion? Hey, these are the food trends or nutrition patterns that you should be watching out for in 2022. Yes. And you know what? You must be picking out one of these that we'll be talking about in this video. You must be looking to adopt one of them into your lifestyle. Just get one of them and go for it with it, because they'll definitely enhance your quality of life and health at the end of the day. So let's get into this one. So the first three trends that we should be talking about are related to each other, and this has come as a result of COVID-19. It has been seen that people have adopted this as something really relevant and important to them. They are taking this as a priority world over, and so it has also been predicted that during the year of 2022, these particular lifestyle patterns or nutrition patterns are still going to be a big thing in 2022. One is immunity. Now, because of COVID-19, we all were, more enlightened about how important it is to have your immunity up there. So people were eating oranges, lemons, garlic, ginger, and doing all these great herbs that they should have started on anyway a long time ago. But COVID-19, I guess, came to teach us something, and that is, your immunity is important. Keep it ready. Make sure that it's always top notch to be able to fight for you when you need it too. So that means, because of COVID-19, everyone has been trying to raise their immunity, enhance it, and unknowingly they think they're actually working to fight against COVID-19 only, and yet really, if you enhance your immunity, then you are also working to fight against infection, then you are also working to fight against some of these lifestyle diseases. So you know what, our health has also generally improved because we are working more towards our immunity. That's one of the trends that you should just watch out, be on the lookout on you, and you'll see that it's actually something that everyone is still keeping in their minds and working towards. And if you haven't yet started, or you're still not taking it seriously, you better do. Relatedly, we have emotional well-being and also mental health. Those two are also trends that are really big, not only with the nutrition world, but even the whole health sector as a general, because everyone still was affected or had effects from COVID-19 that were really unpleasant. Say maybe you lost a loved one, say you saw someone die before your eyes, maybe you were a health worker and you were working in the hospital and you were seeing people die before you, and that was really devastating. Maybe you lost your job and you were the household head and you were the breadwinner in the home, so it really got to you because now you could not do what you were able to do earlier, and for you, that made you feel helpless, useless, unfulfilled. Maybe it's just fear, anxiety of dying, or seeing people die, or feeling or dreaming that your loved ones might die. This COVID-19 came with a lot of stress to our minds and our hearts and our emotional well-being, and so it's a big thing that people are still looking out for. So people are making sure that they sleep for longer hours and rest. People are making sure that they eat better. That means you should be eating more of your nuts and seeds. Make sure that your brain health and your heart health are doing well. Your hormonal health is also doing great. People are looking out more for adaptogenic herbs now, to be able to help them deal with stress. People are looking more for herbs that actually make them feel calm and relief and stress-free, a lot more stress-free. Yes, now the next three trends that we're going to talk about may be a big shock to you, but yes, they are super high up on the nutrition patterns or nutrition trends that we have been watching over the past few years, and now predict that they may actually spill over into this year and head us right to the end of the year. Number one is cannabis. Yes, weed. Now people are looking to it because of course it's a contentious herb, that has been legalized in some areas and not very legal in many other parts of this world, but it has been seen to be medicinal at the same time and could actually help to relieve pain, to help you calm down, feel a sense of relief, and kind of like what adaptogens do for us. So cannabis is one of those things that is still looking as a big thing this year, and different states are really talking over it. Like, it's now a state issue, it's now a national issue in some countries, where people are talking it over. The people in the executive wing are talking it over, in the legislative wing are talking it over, so they can see if it deems fit to actually be legalized or not legalized. So people are actually heading to that as well this year. Another trend that will blow your mind, if I should say so, is the wine movement. So the wine movement has gone into the natural wine movement. People are looking more for wines that don't have added chemicals, the grapes that are being used to make this wine doesn't have pesticides used in it, so they're looking for wine that has been made from organic produce. And now they are actually making sure that they try and find red chillable wines, those that also have a lower alcohol by volume level, so that you don't get drunk quicker, and you actually can have more glasses of wine and still feel sober and still have control of yourself and your body. So yes, that's another trend that people are really looking to, because also wine has been seen to help with digestion. It has polyphenols in it, which are really great natural chemicals that would also help to boost our immunity. So the other one that would also shock you is the waste-free cooking. So people are now running away from using methods or fuels that actually harm our environment. We're looking a lot more at environmental sustainability and conservation, and so they're looking at, say you are in the kitchen, how will we make sure that we are not wasting resources? Because we have future generations that are coming after us, and they will need these resources. They will need this earth to be better and provide for them as it did our ancestors and us right now. So people are looking to make sure that they are now recycling, containers here and there. They're trying to make sure that they are not using plastic bags for groceries. That's one of the trends that I'm really going to hop onto this year, because in Uganda, in my country, there's just a lot of polythene usage. It's crazy. Sometimes I just have to tell people, if I'm going across the street from my home and I'm going to buy something, I just have to tell them, it's okay, I'll hold it in my hand. You don't need to give me a polythene. There's a polythene every size for everything. It's sad. Yes, so people are looking to make sure that there is less polythene use, and now they're replacing polythene or plastic bags, grocery bags, with cloth bags. They're replacing them with fiber bags, plant fiber bags, and that's a really great initiative. People are also looking to make sure that they also decompose their waste instead of just throwing it away. You can either decompose it and use it as manure in your space, or feed your animals better with better feed. Yeah, so people are looking to waste-free cooking, also using energy sources that are not harmful to our environment. Quarter time, it's time to like this video. It is time to subscribe to this channel. It is also time to share with all your friends, all your loved ones, because this would definitely help all of us to be better in 2022. Let's get back to our food trends and nutrition patterns to watch out for. Ooh, so this one is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite trends. It's one of my life's missions, and it should be yours as well. Why not? So this particular trend is a big one. It has been for a while now, but it's still continuing to get even bigger because we see a lot of people putting so much time on it. It is healthy aging and active aging. So people want to be able to age without necessarily being so dependent. for everything, like turn into a baby that's so helpless. So people are trying to make sure that they are fitter now at an older age. People are trying to make sure that they are more emotionally stable at an older age. People are trying to make sure that their bodies are functioning better at an older age as compared to what we saw with many of our ancestors. So people are now focusing a lot more on eating their fiber so that their colon systems are doing awesome for them and helping with digestion. People are doing foods that are going to enhance their heart health, so they're doing healthy oils like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. People are doing less calorie, high calorie foods or refined foods, because that only drains you and dumps on your mood and your hormones as well. People are looking to be better at an older age, and they're trying to make sure also that they don't look as old as their age. So you will be shocked these days to find that a 50-year-old actually looks like a 30-year-old with almost no wrinkle to show for it, with almost no frown face, and their skin is moisturized enough. You'll find a 70-year-old in the gym who's able to carry her weights or his weights and is able to dance. Is just fitter, is stronger, and generally can take care of themselves. So continent, every country, every space seems to have a wide variety of grains in their menu compared to so many of the other food groups that are available. So grains are a big thing. They've also been a really contentious issue for so many of us, because everyone's talking about them on weight gain, everyone's talking about them on calories, everyone's talking about them and increasing our risk for lifestyle diseases. So what people are doing now is, yes, there are grains and they should be healthy. I mean, they've been provided to us by nature. So what people are now looking for is more sustainable grains. There's this one that's called Kanza. Now, what this one does is it's a more perennial crop, so it will not need to be replanted every single year. So generally, it would help us with environmental sustainability, it would help us with us being healthier, the ozone layer, and etc, etc, etc. And that's why people are looking to help the environment now, to rid the damage, to repair the damage, by being able to plant more sustainable food crops. One of them has been seen to be Kanza, which is a sustainable grain. So yeah, in your area, look out for what sustainable foods you can actually grow more, those that don't need to be planted so frequently after a short time, so that we're able to save our environment, and at the end of the day save us and save our children and the generations that will come after us. So that's another one that's really big. There's also the plant-based diet. Of course, now everyone at least knows what the word diet is about, or has an idea, because it's become such a big thing. Diet here, diet there, diet here, diet there. But the plant-based diet has become a big one, because people have seen that it has less inflammatory substances in it. It also has poses less risk for so many of these lifestyle diseases. It has less saturated fat that it will provide you. On the contrary, it has a lot more phytochemicals to give you. There's lots of pigments to get from plant. So yeah, people are looking more to, let's eat more plants now, because we see a lot more that we can benefit from it. So people are eating more eggplants, people are eating more cabbage, more Brussels sprouts, more beans, more peas, more mung beans, more alfalfas, more tofu. And you should also be getting onto that trend. That doesn't mean you should completely avoid animal-based sources, because we know they do have quality protein and they have some really good sources of other vitamins and minerals. It's just that the plant-based has more to offer you in terms of the antioxidant side, the parts of your body or the parts of your health that actually require immunity, which is a big thing as we age, because we wear and tear, and as we grow, of course, our organs start to age. So we just need the plants. We definitely need them. You should be jumping onto that trend. Seaweed is also another one. Now, when you say seaweed, for some of us who don't like slimy food, we are thinking, ooh, who's going to be eating all that slimy stuff? But seaweed is a big one, and seaweed is such a superfood. So you need to find seaweed however you can. It can be made into like powder form, little paper forms, so that it won't be as slimy for you or for me. But we need to be running onto this trend as well, because seaweed has seen to give us a lot of micronutrients. So our immunity again is being boosted, and we are generally seeing an elevation in energy levels, an elevation in concentration and focus, an elevation in mood, an elevation in sleep quality, an elevation in productivity. So we definitely need to have seaweed, because they are such a big source of these vitamins and minerals that we're looking out for, plus phytochemicals. Ooh, so these last two are pretty important, and I think this is where we need to open our ears much wider and really open them so we can hear every single word. But another trend that's becoming big is the superfood beverages. So these days people are seeing that it's so much easier to have so many of these healthy powders and healthy supplementations and healthy grains, and starches added into our beverages, because then you just drink up. Than when it's in its whole form. So people have gone on to make powders out of so many of these things. For example, matcha powder, from the matcha plant, and that's such a superfood for our bodies. Reproductive health, concentration, digestion, weight loss. It's awesome for everything. So we're seeing more beverages now, more coffees, more lattes, more smoothies, more juices are starting to contain a lot more of these superfoods. Hibiscus, you'll have quinoa. I mean, people are now realizing that they really need to add better and add more into our diets, and one easy way to do that is through the drinks, because they go down much quicker and much more easily as compared to having to eat some of these things. So yes, that's another trend, and you should be jumping onto it. It's not a very hard thing to do. It just means make a tea at home and then add some of these things into there. So make a tea and then add your rosemary powder in there. Make a tea and then add your dandelion or dandelion inside there. Make a tea and then add your matcha powder inside there. Would be really, really helpful. Remember, we need to be active aging. We need to look great. The last trend that you should watch out for in 2022, which is something you should start with actually. They say save the best for the last, and that's exactly what we did in this video. The last trend is nutrient-dense foods. So people are now realizing that having a nutrient or having more of something or a big quantity of something is not what it takes to give you health. So having a whole bunch of maybe plantain or a whole bunch of corn flour meal on your plate does not necessarily mean, because it's too much food on your plate, then you're going to be healthy at the end of the day. No. What we're now looking out for as a people and as a globe is we want to see, no matter the quantity, how much nutrient is actually in this small bite of food. And what is it going to give me? Is it going to help me, or is it just draining me? So people are now focusing and really reflecting on their food now and making sure that what they put on their plate is more nutrient dense. So looking and saying, okay, I am a vegetarian, but among the vegetable foods, what are some of those that have a higher quality of protein? So I'll take my soy milk rather than having black tea. So we're looking at those foods now that really have something to offer us, that really speak when they are in our bodies and do the job.